Shalom from Jerusalem. I'm Mimi Laufer. I'm the Business Development Director of the International Office, the Hebrew University of Jerusalem. But most importantly, we have Noah here with us today, and she will begin and speak. I want you guys to feel free to ask questions, ask in the chat. We will leave all our personal details in the chat for you to ask us also if you want via email. Just want to tell you that I was born in Australia and so were my parents. I was born in Sydney, grew up in Melbourne until the age of 6. Then my parents decided to make Aliyah and I grew up in Jerusalem actually. And it makes me a very proud Jerusalemite and Israeli and a Zionist. And I just want to say thank you very much to Josh and to Masa. We always recommend our students to come first, and especially for gap year, to come through Masa. It helps a lot. With all the organization and financially and all different aspects. And I want to say thank you for you guys for listening for us today. And whatever you choose, whatever decision you will make, I'm sure it will be the best one for you, but we're here to help you. So Noah, the floor is yours, and then I will butt in and speak at the end. So thank you so much.
Awesome. Thanks, Mimi. Hi, everyone. I'm joining the call from Bunurong country tonight. My name's Noah. I'm the Mazkira or chairperson of Netzer Melbourne this year. And I went on Shnat Netzer in 2019. And as part of that program, we had the opportunity to do a 6-week summer course at Hebrew U, which I did and absolutely loved it. It was probably the highlight of my Shnat, actually. So I spent 6 weeks studying in Jerusalem at Hebrew U at the Mount Scopus campus. I did a subject called Music and Culture in Israeli Society, which was particularly exciting for me because I am really passionate about music. I'm studying it at uni now, but it was really awesome to be able to connect that passion with an interest in Israel and Israeli culture and history. And it really helped deepen my understanding of so many aspects of Israeli culture and history. So to be able to study that while living there and really living in the future of so much, so many things have built up to that, which we learned about through this course, and that was really awesome. And it was just a really nice way to sort of experience uni life in a sort of informal setting. It didn't feel quite as serious as it does now back home, but it was still like a proper course. It gives you credits if you want to count that to your course in the future. But yeah, it was just a really great way to experience Israel both informally and formally at the same time through that. Also at the end of the course, I got to do a personal presentation, which was on Arabic language and Israeli pop music, which really just opened my world to how Arabic fits into Israeli culture and history. And it was just fascinating and really deepened my connection to Israel, gave me a lot more questions to think about. And yeah, it was just brilliant. And coming home from that experience, I really wanted to engage more. And I did that by studying Arabic at uni in Melbourne. And yeah, it just really gave me sort of the tools I needed to go deeper into what I find is interesting in Israeli culture and history. And yeah, sort of my dream now is to get my Hebrew and Arabic up to scratch so that I can go back and use both languages in sort of facilitating dialogue with youth, particularly in Jerusalem, but around the country in sort of peace building frameworks. And I just wouldn't have found any of that without this experience at Hebrew U. And yeah, being able to sort of delve deep into something that I'm passionate about through this lens was a really exciting experience.
Noah, did you study also with students who were in different programs for a semester, for a year, or was it only just a summer course?
It was just the summer course, but I was with people from other programs. So sort of the biggest structure I was on was, it's called Machon LeMadrichim, which is a program for all the different youth movements from around the world. And so I was with people from all over the world. And it was pretty cool because we all went home and are now studying music degrees in the UK and in America and in Italy. But we all sort of started.
Did you
there.
also meet students who studied not music during the time you were on campus?
I didn't actually. I just met people in my course, and I think that's because it was as part of a bigger structure. So I didn't really get to experience uni life as much as people that would do sort of a full course.
Would
But
you
yeah, I
recommend that?
imagine you would get that
Would
experience.
you have recommended having a student life, living in the village, in the student village?
Yeah, from what I saw, it's really beautiful. We love just being on campus and seeing what it looks like. And I think, yeah, for people that sort of aren't in a different program and are looking at Hebrew U as either a 6 month or a full year program, I think it would be awesome to sort of experience uni life, get to know people in college. And yeah, I think
Did you
that would
get
be
to
a lot
learn
of
a bit
fun.
about Jerusalem? Did you see Jerusalem?
Yeah, so we were staying on a uni campus effectively, and sort of took public transport or were taken on a bus to the campus. And yeah, it was so much fun just learning how to navigate the city. It's just so different from I guess how Melbourne works. So that was a lot of fun, and it was also really interesting to learn about how. So we were studying at the Mount Scopus campus, but there's actually two Hebrew U campuses, and they're separated because of the 1967 war, and one was closed for a long time, and now they're both functioning. And just sort of being there and learning about this stuff, you just like get a whole different sense of the history and how it impacts people on a day-to-day basis, that you just can't get from, I guess, textbooks or reading about it. But yeah, so living that was just fascinating. And yeah, as I said, the campus is really beautiful. There's lots of like gardens and museums, and
Okay.
we ended up in like the science faculty at some point for a class, and it was really fun. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much, Noah. Guys, what I want to tell you, since I'm the academic speaker of this session, is that if you are thinking, you guys are all thinking of coming for a gap year program, and you need to choose which one, and we are the academic side of it, and we offer a different range of programs. You can study whatever you want coming to the Hebrew U in English. Every Israeli student must study 2 courses in English. So you can imagine we have 24,000 students. So you can imagine how many courses we have to offer in English. In every subject you're looking for, if it's between archaeology, chemistry, medicine, humanities, Middle East, Arabic, Hebrew, whatever you choose, we have a course for you. The Hebrew University is in the top 90 universities in the world. We're very, very proud of that. And we are, of course, the best university in Israel, ranked not by ourselves, but by the best ranking systems in the world. So it's something that you want on your CV to say that you were in Israel, you were here for a year, which is a substantial amount of time. It shows that you're grown-ups and that you studied at the Hebrew U. You took a course, 2, 3, a semester, a year, depends what program you desire and you join. That's a line on your CV that helps you once you want to do an internship, once you want to get accepted to another university in Australia or around the world and somewhere else for your choice. It helps you find jobs. It builds you up as a human being, as a Zionistic human being, as a Jewish young fellow or woman who wants to spend a quality time in Israel, not just the Hava Nagila program. All programs are very good, but in the Hebrew University, you need to dedicate time. You need to pass the course. You need to study. You need to be accepted. It's not easy, but it's a very, very good way of getting to know the education system in Israel. Learn a lot about stuff that interests you. Choose to do it in Jerusalem, which I'm sure you all know Jerusalem and why you want to study in Jerusalem. We always say study in Jerusalem and do your weekends in Tel Aviv. Yeah, Noah's saying yes to that. Amen. We're 45 minutes away from Tel Aviv. I mean, you guys know Israel, it's small, everything's very close. We have shuttles for our students going back and forth between the cities. We have a whole system that takes care of the student. If you're living in our dorms, if you're living in a rented apartment in Jerusalem, if you're coming through a different program, we have a lot of activities. We also join forces together with Masa. Masa has an interesting activity for gap year students. You'll be joining them as well. We work together. All universities, by the way, work together. So the academia in Israel is very, very good. It's just in Jerusalem, it's excellent. And if you want to come and be in Israel, the time that you want to spend in Jerusalem should be a long period of time. Israel is complex and spiritual and special, and you want to get to know the people and the places, eat all the food, use, as Noah said, a public transportation, and get a really good education. A lot of the times, the courses that you will do, you will get credits for them when you go to university. So you're also not just spending time in Israel, you're also saving time and by getting your workload a bit easier when you go back to university, or when you start university, you'll get credits for what you did in Hebrew University. Hebrew University is well recognized in all the universities in Australia. We have exchange student programs with universities in Australia. And it's just the right way, to convince your parents to come on a gap year program. If you mention Hebrew U, that's a selling point. I'm a marketing person, so I can tell you it's a selling point. And you're also studying, you're also having fun, you're also meeting new people, you're building your future, and you choose to stay, you choose to go back. Whatever you do, spending time in Israel is going to, there's only pros to the decision. Okay, so I wish all of you to make the right decision and to come to Israel and to come to Jerusalem and to come to the Hebrew University. I left in the chat my personal email. Noah will do the same. Any questions you have, any questions your parents have, send them to us. We have a whole system that takes care of the students, helps you with the decision, what to study, where, when, how am I accepted. It's an easy process. And together with Masa, we work very well together. So have a good new year. Stay healthy as much as we can. And thank you so much.
Were there we've only got just a couple of minutes left. Were there any questions in regards to any of the study options at Hebrew University? Anything that any questions you might have for Mimi or Noah for the next minute or so while we've still got them? Anything that you'd like to ask? We'll just wait about another little minute or so.
Listen, anything you want to learn about the program is on our website. We chose today to show the different aspects of why to come to us. Whatever you want to study, you can choose. You'll see the lists are endless. There's no point in me even mentioning them because there are over 60 courses that you can choose from. What we want, and what I want you to take from today, since you've been listening to so many great options, is make a decision. Do I want to study? Do I want to do academic studies? Do I want to do it in the best place in Israel? How do I do it? That's the funnel that your brain needs to go through, and your parents. And then once you make that decision, we're here for you.
So Mimi, someone just asked, could you resend the contact number? Do you want to maybe just put in either your number, your email, just again?
I put it in. I can do it again, of course.
That's right.
Yeah, it's here at the top. I'll do it again. I can also give you my cell phone number if you want. Here's my email. No, that wasn't my email. That's my Zoom. If anyone wants to contact me by Zoom, that's the way. But I'll just write it in again. Okay.
All right, we're almost just out of time. If anyone, just have one last moment. If anyone has any other questions, please write them now. otherwise, Mimi and Noah, thank you so much for coming
Thank you,
today. We
Joshua.
really
And you
appreciate
guys
your
have
time.
a nice Sunday, as much as left of
Well,
it.
Yeah, it's not for us now, but
So
hopefully you
enjoy
can have
your
a nice
Monday.
Sunday. And yeah, hopefully Monday will come around soon. But
I
thank you
just
so
want
much
to
for your
say
time.
that here in Israel, we're vaccinated, okay? Our students are as well. And we are roaming around Israel pretty freely right now. So that's also a selling point if you're thinking about COVID. And we have students coming, a lot of them actually, about 400 international students are coming for the fall semester, which is very surprising. We worked very hard on it, very surprising, and it's doable. So you want to get away from your parents' house and away from Australia and feel the warmth of Israel and Jerusalem, I really highly recommend doing it now. It's going to be a shitty year for all of us. So let's make the best out of it. Toda rabba.